Hello? Oh, there we go. For me, it was just about playing the part. Um, the movie's about whatever you want it to be about. If it's about a social crisis, then that's perfectly a good thing to have it be about. But for me, it was just about trying to make the character come to life. I read the book by Larry Brown, and there was a lot of great moments in the book that helped me find the character and trying to fit within David's vision, which I think we had a great collaboration. Also, I was blessed with a magnificent cast with Ty and Ronnie, so I was in really good hands. I care about all these characters. What I like about Joe was it was a chance for me to work with David Gordon Green and a chance for me to work with Ty and Ronnie, and I thought everybody was at 100% level working together. Everybody cared about the project. I was very careful in the selection of the movie. I took a year off. I hadn't worked for 1 year, and then I found this script by Gary Hawkins, the professor, and I thought it was the 100-point script. So to me, it was a chance to return to some very in-depth character analysis, character building, and to work with David. I was a fan of Snow Angels, All the Real Girls, and Undertow, and so a chance to work with his vision was a real opportunity for me. I mean, you can view Joe any way you want. That's your right as the audience, and I don't want to impinge on your perception of Joe or the movie. But I have to say, I didn't see Joe as a loser. I didn't. I thought he kept his job, and I thought in his own code, he was together. David is a director that I would do 3 somersault backflips, but I would do them naked for him. He's excellent. As I said earlier in this conference, I've watched his movies, and I'm a big fan of Undertow, Snow Angels, All the Real Girls, and he's not afraid to step out of his own comfort zone, which is why I think he continues to be so relevant as an artist, and he's willing to really bare his soul and be naked with his filmmaking. He's not afraid. So I knew right away that there was a kindred spirit, and I wanted to work with him very desperately. I have not seen the movie yet, but I know that the process was an outstanding one in every way. Not only because of David, but because of his great eye in terms of casting, the fact that he got me to work with Ty and Ronnie, was just a force to work with. This was a great process for me, and definitely one of the most memorable ones I've had in almost 35 years of filmmaking. I see it very much like music. It's not a surprise to me that he doesn't stop working, that he's prolific, because there is an inner music to David that I think needs to be expressed. And the way that manifests itself on set is this liberation of expression where you don't just do the script as written. Yes, you do it as written, and then you improvise, and then you try a different way. And sometimes it's not even just for the words. You can say different kinds of words, but it's also about just something as minute and specific as a look in your eye. I mean, he's really going for a micro and a macro approach to the process in terms of performance. And I just thought it was exhilarating. Well, I mean, I think that love is love. It doesn't have to be about blood always. If you're at a dinner table and you're really thirsty, you want to drink a glass of blood or you want to drink a glass of water. I think that Joe really cares about Ty's character and grows to love him like a father. And even though they're not related, there's that bond, and I was just very happy to be able to work with Ty because it was easy to work with him and to feel that connection. There's no secret, I believe, that world peace begins at home, and I think it's important for fathers to stay present and caring in their child's life. So there is one version of the movie where you could read that, absolutely. We're talking about Leaving Las Vegas, Ben Sanderson?
Yes.
Well, that was another time many years ago, and I was exploring all ways of finding the honesty of a performance. And if that meant, drinking and videotaping myself drinking and getting ideas from that, then I was going to do that. But later on, I did a movie called Bad Lieutenant. And that was what I would call more of an impressionistic performance, because I was completely not doing anything and hadn't been doing anything for a very long time in terms of drinking or anything like that. So I was more of like sense recall of the past and trying to find what those feelings might have been like. So it's like, and I was happy with those results. I guess the answer is I'm willing to try anything to get to the purity of a character, or to be able to do it without, I really don't want to act. I don't want to have to act. I just want to, see, the word act to me sometimes bothers me because sometimes it implies lying. And I like the idea of being and finding what is the truth. So I like the idea of performance. I felt, even though we weren't drinking, it was all still trying to find a way to the truth of the feeling of drinking, even with Joe. So if that meant I had to spin myself around in circles and get dizzy, that's what I was going to do. I think we remember that day, don't we, Ty?
Yeah, you did spin around a couple times.
Yeah. What attracts me to Chinese cinema? It's good. Great actors. Tony Leung, Chow Yun-fat, John Woo's a great filmmaker. Raise the Red Lantern was a great movie. And yes, I have a great relationship with China. I'm proud of that relationship whenever I'm there, and I've been there several times now. There's a great flow to the conversations I have with the people there. They've always been very warm to me, and I'm very thankful of that relationship.
Would you like to ever play in a Chinese movie, to be an actor in a Chinese movie?
I am now going to be in China in about 3 weeks, playing in a Chinese financed film called The Outcast with Christian Hayden. I'm looking forward to that. Nick Powell is directing. I'm told, I've not made a movie in China yet. I've done other things in media in China, but I'm told that the experience is a really good one, and they have just awesome food on the set all day long. I'm assuming that you want me to answer that question. I don't know what it is about me that might make you believe I'm the spokesperson for American usage of firearms. I'm not. I really can't answer that. I don't have an answer for you on that. You'd have to look somewhere else. I don't see myself retiring anytime soon. I may take more time off between movies, but I do still believe that film performance is part of me, and it's something I'm going to want to explore for the rest of my life. Now, that's not to say I don't have fantasies of living a life of contemplation and sitting in the sun, but I can't just sit by the swimming pool with a Mai Tai. I need to work.
With that, thank you very much to our guests.